Hi guys, welcome back to our van build. Today we're going to be installing this 5 kilowatt Lavaner diesel heater into our camper van. And this is going to be either a 2 or a 3-part video, because part 1 will be installing the actual heater, and then part 2 will be installing our hot water kit, which works off this diesel heater to not only give us hot air for the van to heat the van in the winter, but also to give us hot water so that we can run the hot water in the sink and the shower. So the hot water kit will be next video. This video is just going to focus on installing our diesel heater into the van. And I guess I should explain sort of what kind of diesel heaters there are in vans, diesel air heaters, and again why we chose specifically this one rather than any of the other options out there. So the way that I like to look at it, I kind of classify there's sort of 4 kind of tiers of diesel heaters that you can get in vans. So tier 1 is the cheapest. These are the unbranded Chinese diesel heaters that you can pick up on eBay, Amazon, AliExpress, or whoever knows elsewhere in the internet. And these diesel heaters cost around £100, maybe a little cheaper or more expensive, but essentially they are the cheapest heaters that you can get, and they're sort of potluck. Some people get them, they last for 2, 3, 4 years, perfectly fine, no issues as long as you take care of them. Other people get them and they just have issue after issue after issue, and with these heaters there's basically no warranty. The parts are of unknown quality, same with the circuit boards inside. So you can imagine if the part quality is hit and miss, then maybe their safety ratings and other things are also hit and miss. So we didn't want to go with that in this camper van. The next stage up is called Chinese Plus, or I'm going to coin it Chinese Plus, but these are Chinese diesel heaters that have a brand name associated or attached to them. And that's the type of diesel heater that we're going to install. So we've gone with a company called Lavaner, who create diesel heaters, but other ones in this brackets are Max Speeding Rods, H Calorie also make these. Basically they're a little bit more expensive, normally 150 to 250 pounds for the kit. And basically you get the same sort of heater and parts and such, but because you have a brand name behind them, usually if something goes wrong, at least there's something or somewhere or someone to contact, and there's some sort of regularity between the heaters, because, you know, for example, the Lavaner 5 kilowatt heater that we're installing, if we had a problem we can just search Lavaner 5 kilowatt heater. The circuit boards and bits inside would be similar, so you can at least search for something to fix it, or you can contact the company that you bought it from, because again there's a company behind it rather than just an eBay seller. Again, it is a little bit hit and miss, but there's kind of more structure to these heaters, so you're less likely to encounter problems, especially with some of them actually come with a warranty, which the Lavaner heater that we're going to install comes with a 2-year warranty. So that's something to bear in mind. The next tier up is, the only ones that I know are in this tier are the Autotherm or planar heaters. These ones are about £500 to £600. They're completely different inside than the Chinese heaters or the more expensive ones, which we'll get to in a minute. Yeah, these heaters, again, they come with a 3-year warranty, there's a brand name behind them, but they're not as expensive as the 4th tier, which are the e-Dispatcher, the Webasto heaters. These are kind of like the original diesel heaters. They're German branded, but not necessarily made in Germany, because everything's made in China nowadays. But they're German branded, they've got a really good reputation, they've got repair centres all over the place, but you do pay nearly £1,000 for one of these heaters. And some people are like, well, I can buy nearly 10 Chinese diesel heaters for the price of one e-Dispatch one. So even if it goes wrong every year, the Chinese ones are still better quality. Meanwhile, other people don't want to compromise on safety. So there's a lot to consider when you're choosing your diesel heater. And frankly, we did our research and we felt pretty comfortable going with not the cheapest version of the Chinese heaters, but one tier above that. For this campervan build. Craig from Lavaner was kind enough to send us one of these diesel heaters, so I'll link his website and everything down below, so if you want to go and purchase one for yourself, there'll be a link there. but the installation of these heaters and most Chinese heaters and most diesel heaters are frankly relatively similar. So today we're going to be installing one. So step one is to figure out where we're going to mount the heater. So we've decided this here is the kitchen unit, kind of roughly leveled out. There'll be a fridge that will pull out on a drawer here, and we're going to mount the heater underneath the fridge. We've checked under the van to make sure that we're not going to drill through anything that we shouldn't. The heater's fine here. The hot air will blow out. It will go through this diverter, which is part of the hot water kit. Half will go and heat the hot water, and then half will come out here and blow into the living space, so that when you're in the bed, you get the hot air straight out and in. There we go. One hole cut. So the idea of this hole is that the turret plate sits on top, like so, and then the heater sits on top of that, like so. Nice. Step 3 is to drill a hole for the fuel tank. So what we're doing, this is our garage space here. That's the water tank. This is a little shelf, and this is going to be the 10-litre fuel tank that runs the diesel heater. So I've installed this, and I've got a fuel line that connects to that. Now, one thing that is a little bit annoying is that the heater itself has only one power cable, and the power that runs the fuel pump, which also needs to go under the van because it's going to be too noisy if we put it inside the van, that's connected to the main heater harness, which is inside the van. So we have to drill a hole for that to get that to go outside the van. Yeah, what I mean is, this is the heater here. That's the main power harness. And then from the battery, this is the power cable for the entire heater. That end goes into the heater, which is on the inside of the van. So literally that just plugs in. Great. Then you've got this one for the controller, which also stays inside the van, so that's fine. And then this one goes on to the fuel pump, which is underneath the van. So you need to drill a hole in the van to get this wire out. Some other heaters have it so that you plug this on the underneath of the heater, so within this turret plate's hole, so you plug it like in from underneath. But no, with this one we have to drill a hole. So what we're going to do, drill a hole to fit that and that white fuel line, both going down into the van. I've measured, there's nothing under here, so we're going to drill the hole down there. That through, and now that won't snag, and that can just feed down, and that will go to the fuel pump as well. Next job, before we put all this and screw it to the floor, I'm going to put on all the exhaust connections and bits onto the heater first, because it's much easier to do it here rather than upside down under the van. So we've got 3 different ports. We've got the fuel, we've got the air intake, and we've got the exhaust. Exhaust, there's a muffler in the exhaust tube. Oh, and we also have some protection so that, because this gets really hot, we can put this sleeve on it and it will protect things. So that's the exhaust. We've got the air intake, which is just a simple filter for the air intake, which should just kind of wedge on like that, and that will go on the other end like so. All the various clips, bolts, brackets, whatnot, and the fuel line. Fuel line, we've got all the bits here. So that's the fuel pump, which will go under, that's the fuel filter, which will go under, and then we need to put a little bit onto the fuel line. intake is pointing downwards, so any water that gets in here can just leak out the bottom. It's away from all the exhausts, which will be on the other side. Air intake done, onto the exhaust. The heater's there, we've got the exhaust that goes down to the back of the van, down the back. We've got the air intake that goes over there, slightly facing down. And now we've got the fuel line. That took far too long because the wheel's in the way, but the filter and the fuel pump just over there, and then over there is the fuel line going to the heater. Exhaust is on the other side. And now we can fill up the fuel tank, plug in the heater, turn it on. Right. Okay, so with all the pipes and clips and fuel lines connected and fuel in the system, final thing to do is prime the fuel line and turn it on. So, as I mentioned, this is the wiring harness that leads to power. We've got one that goes down to the fuel pump, which has gone through that hole. This one, which is the main wiring harness. The fuse is not in, so nothing's going to happen. And temporarily, this is the controller. I'm just going to connect these together here. Right, so that's all connected. Now we can put the fuse in and turn it on. One moment, please.
Alright, fuse is in.
Fuse is in. So close that. Power back to the system. Right. There we go.
Oh, so that turned on, huh?
That turned on. If I just press on. So it won't turn on immediately because it needs to suck the fuel through the line.
The fan turns on, I can feel it.
But the fan turns on. There we go, it's just filling the fuel filter, ticking away.
I hear the dull sounds of fire, maybe, starting. Familiar smell.
Diesel-y heating. So that took about 25 minutes of just constantly cycling it on. Nice. So,
fire!
There's not much instruction about how to use this controller in wherever I put the in this instruction manual. It doesn't tell you anything, it just tells you how to install the heater. And this is our first time ever using a Chinese type diesel heater, but from what I know, these up and down arrows control the hertz, which is the fan speed inside here. So if I turn that up all the way, 5.5 hertz, that will cause the air to blow out here quicker. Just want to quickly interject here. After looking through the box for the heater, I did actually find an instruction manual for the heater controller. So we didn't actually have to struggle through figuring out how to turn it on and run through the different modes. There is actually some instructions in the box that basically go through how to turn it on and off, what type of modes there are. It tells you how to set the clock, how to switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius, and some other things like that. So just wanted to add that in quickly before the video carries on.
Okay.
Just turn it off. Oh. Sweet. There we are, we've got our 5 kilowatt Lavaner diesel heater installed in the van and hot air all working. So everything's all plumbed up there, and this unit will all be built in, so there'll be a fridge and everything on top. But for now, we need to leave this exposed because next video we're going to be installing the hot water system, and the hot water system utilizes some of this hot air to heat water and store it in a tank.